Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Wizardry Workshop. Today we're going to be making another full-size character cutout that is Luna Lovegood, and I'm making a miniature version. This is the first time I've done a miniature version of a cutout. I've done full-size ones in the past, so I will show you a little bit of how to make the full-size one in this video, but mainly you're probably going to want to go back and watch one of my older videos for more details on that. I will link those videos in the description box below so that you will be able to find them more easily. There's also a playlist on my channel called Character Cutouts, so if you want to just check that playlist out, you can. I think going forward, I'm going to be doing mainly in the DIY portion of the video, the miniature ones, because it's exactly the same, just on a smaller scale, and it's honestly easier for me to record and do. But I will always include the full-size version of the templates as well, so you'll always be able to scale that up, watch the previous videos, and put this thing together. One thing I did upgrade is the stand for the cutout. Now we're able to fold it closed so that it's easier to kind of like put away, and then you can fold it open when you want the stand to be standing up, like at a Harry Potter party or whatever you're using it for. Check out the description box below for a list of all the supplies you're gonna need to make this DIY, as well as the free downloadable templates, and let's get started. When you buy stuff that comes in big cardboard boxes, save the boxes, because I'm going to be doing these full-size cutouts. You want big sheets of cardboard. You don't want a bunch of tiny ones that you have to put together. You're going to want to cut it out so that the biggest flat pieces are available for you. As you do this, remember to save all the smaller pieces as well, because we will be using these to kind of like stitch things together on the back. This is going to help reinforce things. No matter how many pieces of cardboard you have, trim it so that you have one really straight line across. And you want to do this as close to the edge as possible. So for me, I'm going all the way to this edge that I cut with scissors. I'm going to cut it with a ruler and X-Acto knife so that it is a completely straight edge. So now I have this completely straight edge right here. I think my pieces of cardboard are big enough that I'm just gonna need 2 pieces. So I'm gonna do that on this one, I'm gonna do that on another one, and they should line up and like come together completely straight and perfectly, so we don't have like a dip in our cardboard cutout. It's just gonna be like flush. So now you should have 2 pieces of cardboard that line up extremely flush together in order to hide that little crease. Next, we're going to use a hot glue gun and those scrap pieces of cardboard that we saved. Anywhere you have 2 pieces of cardboard coming together that you need to attach, flip it over, so this will be on the back side, and we're going to use these extra pieces of cardboard to glue our cut pieces of cardboard together. Also, I have recorded it a few times in the past, so I will link to one of the videos below if you need to see something more in depth. You're also going to need another piece of cardboard for the stand that goes on the back. So that doesn't need to be quite as wide, but it does need to be almost as tall, so just go ahead and make 2 pieces about the same size. Of course, you're going to have to print out the templates. There are 2 different templates. We have the Luna templates, and then we also have the templates for the stand. I printed mine on 11 by 17 paper. I also have a version for 8.5 by 11 paper, and then I also have a mini version, which we'll get into just in a little while. I feel like this part is pretty self-explanatory. I've gone over it in other videos as well. Basically, we're just going to be trimming these down so that there's no real like white space in between them. And then we're going to be lining them up. You can do that for the stand, and then you're also going to want to do that with Luna as well. We're not going to be gluing these together yet. You just want to get them cut out first and then glue them to the cardboard after you cut them out. I suggest you do the straight edges first. Anything that is just like completely straight like that, cut that off first because it's going to be a lot easier. You don't want to like cut out the exact shape just yet, but if you want to, you can trim the page down so that it's a little bit closer. So when you're gluing them down, find a point of reference. So I'm going to use the quibbler as a point of reference, and then you can see you can pretty easily line up those letters, and then you can glue it together right there. So that's what you're going to do throughout this whole process. You're just going to line up the prints and glue them down, and that's all you need to do. For the mini version, I've got it here on just a regular sized piece of paper. You can print this out single-sided. If you want to, you can either print it on regular paper and then glue it to some cardboard and then cut it out. But if you don't mind it being a little more flimsy, you can just print it on cardstock, which is what I did. If you do end up gluing it, you could just easily use a glue stick to do that. First, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the stand. This goes for both the mini stand and the full-size stand because they're exactly the same. Where you see the regular lines, the like darker regular lines, that's where you're going to cut. And anywhere you see those dotted lines, that's where you're going to fold. To make the folding easier, I'm going to be using my Cricut scoring tool here along with my ruler to just go ahead and put a crease in my paper everywhere where I want to fold. With everything scored and cut, we should be able to just fold these 3 squares out like this. And this goes for the full-size one too. You'll just be doing this on a larger scale. We'll fold those back in, and this side will fold over. We should be here. What we're going to do next is take those squares and fold them up, and that little slit should just fit right over it like this, so they kind of like support the stand. So we'll do that with all 3 of those squares, and now you have your stand, and it can also fold back down if you don't want it to be standing up all the time. We can set that stand aside for now and then cut out Luna. I do have a Cricut cut guide for this if you don't mind there being a border around Luna. There's probably going to be like a white border around her. There's no way to make it cut perfectly on a Cricut. It's just not going to happen. So if you don't want to do it with scissors and you'd rather use your Cricut, that's fine. Just be aware there will be a border. You want the bottom to be completely straight. So I'm going to do that with my X-Acto knife and ruler. But the rest of it we can just do with our scissors. I saved this little part for last because it's going to be a little tedious to go around these tiny little parts of her Spectre specs. Ah, that wasn't so bad. And now we glue. So what you want to do is flip her over, and this thin part right here is going to get glued down right in the middle, just like that. I'm just using a glue stick for this. Unless you're doing the big one, then you want to use hot glue. The stand is there, and now, I know this isn't the best angle, but you'll be able to see that she stands up. And if you want to put her away for whatever reason, you can just fold that stand down, and it's nice and flat. You can put that wherever you want, and when you're ready to put up your stand-ups, you can just pull it out, push those squares back up, and now you have a stand-up. And that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of this cutout. I think this one is gonna be a little bit more sturdy than my other ones and handy because of this like foldable stand on it. It's going to be really nice. Also, I'm pretty happy with the small version because this would be good to like decorate your shelf with if you have a Luna shelf or something. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Whether you're gonna make a little tiny Luna like this or a big old Luna, full-size Luna like the one behind me here, I've got you covered. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video with me, you're a Wizard Harry. Give the video a thumbs up down below if you did like it, and subscribe for more Harry Potter DIYs and magical content. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.